Hello. Today I want to talk about RAD-140. RAD-140 is a SARM, otherwise known as a selective androgen receptor modulator. What a SARM basically is it's like a steroid, except it's more tissue selective. So in theory, it's supposed to have less side effects than steroids. This is usually the case. Like, let's say with Ostarine Ostarine is another SARM, and it's very side effect free. It'll put some nice lean gains on you, and it's relatively mild in terms of side effects. But like anything, if you overdo it, you can have side effects. It doesn't matter if it's Ostarine, doesn't matter if it's Tren, anything in between. You're gonna have side effects no matter what if you overdo it, right? Now whether or not you're overdoing it is going to depend on your own personal biology, your physiology, your body. Different people can tolerate different amounts of different drugs. So, for example, when it comes to RAD-140, I take 30 milligrams a day. I've been taking it for a little bit over a month now. You might only need 10 milligrams a day to get the same effect. Or maybe you take 10 milligrams and you have more side effects than me, right? And you're just not able to tolerate the drug for whatever reason. Maybe you take 40 milligrams and you get better results than me with less side effects. So it's not going to be really clear what the dosing should be for you until you try it out. But I would say, I guess we're starting off with dosing here. RAD-140, I would start out at a 10 milligram dose and then go up from there. I just started at 30 milligrams, so I'm not practicing what I'm preaching here. But if you want to go about it in a more methodical, safe way, you should start out at like 10 milligrams. If you're a woman, you should start out far less. I would say, maybe 5 milligrams, and don't even go over 15 milligrams. But if you're a guy, start out at 10 milligrams. And if you want to up the dosing over the course of a week or 2 weeks, you're not really seeing results, then you can up the dose. Probably max out at around 30 milligrams. There's no reason to go over that. Apparently, I haven't gone over 30 milligrams. Well, actually, there was a day where I accidentally took 30 milligrams twice in a day. And I didn't really feel any effects from it, like any sort of nasty side effects. But I wouldn't do that on a daily basis because, over time these things add up, and, you can start to face some harsh consequences. So if you're a man, start at 10 milligrams, work your way up to 30. If you're a woman, start at 5 milligrams, work your way up to 15. And so, again, these are SARMs, these are research chemicals, not meant for human consumption. So, I'm not telling you to use these. I'm just saying if someone were to hypothetically use these in an alternate universe, these are the dosages that I would recommend. Now, in terms of what can you expect? Well, you can expect some lean gains. It's not going to pack on a shitload of size super quick. So it's not like, you take RAD-140 and in a week you're like 10 pounds heavier. You're going to gain strength, and then that strength increase is going to lead to muscle gain, because if you're stronger in the gym, well, that's more intensity, that's more volume, right? And if you're subjecting your body to more volume and intensity, and you give your body the proper nutrition to grow, it's going to grow, because it needs to adapt to that new stimulus. So that brings me to, one of the main things that I want to get across here is, for anything to work, you have to have your nutrition and diet on point. If you're not working out, your diet's on point, and you're taking shit, you're taking RAD-140, you're not going to grow, because you're not giving your body the training stimulus necessary to signal to it that it needs to grow. If you're training and you're taking RAD-140 but you're not eating enough, you're still not going to grow, because you're not giving your body the building blocks, which is food, more specifically protein, in order to grow. you need to train, you need to eat a lot of food, right? Good food. And you need to be consistent with your dosing also. 30 milligrams a day or 10 milligrams a day, however much you're taking on a daily basis, every 24 hours, hopefully around the same time per day. I usually take it around the same time per day, anywhere from like 4 o'clock to like 8 o'clock at night, usually the window that I'll take it, whenever I remember, whenever I get a chance. So as long as you're taking it about every 24 hours, you'll be good. The half-life of RAD-140 is pretty long. It's not quite 24 hours. I think it's a little bit less than 24 hours. I should have researched this on Google, but the most important thing to know is it's long enough to where you can take it once a day. You don't have to like take it every 4 hours. Although spreading out your dosing might be smart. So if you're taking 30 milligrams a day and you want to, spread it out over 10 milligrams 3 times a day to get to 30 milligrams a day, that's better. If you want to spread it out, it's probably better just to keep your blood levels stable, but you don't have to. Just know that taking it once a day is fine. If you want to spread it out, that's fine too. Anyways, back to what to expect. So you can, as long as your nutrition and your training is on point, you're going to see strength gains in the gym. You'll progress. Every time you go in the gym, you'll be a little bit stronger, and you'll be like, oh shit, like last time I was doing 205 for 3, now I'm doing 210 for 3, on my incline press. And then you eat, and then you go into the gym 2 days later, and it's like, damn, now I'm doing 215 for 3, right? You're going to see like this linear progression, whereas before you might have been, at a standstill. You might have been sort of, stuck in the mud, so to speak, not knowing what to do because you're not making gains anymore. So it'll take you to that next level if, assuming that you haven't already like taken crazy, amounts of, heavy steroids and your receptors are all burned out. It will allow you to take it to the next level in terms of your strength, in terms of your muscle mass. Again, you're not going to gain like a shitload of mass in a short amount of time. But if you take it, if you are consistent with training in your diet and your supplementation with RAD-140 over the course of like, let's say 1 month or 2 months, then you're going to see change, right? You have to be patient. So I've been taking this for a little over a month, and I can say that just looking at my body, I do see a little bit of a difference. It's not drastic. It's not like, you just pin tren in high doses for like, like a month. But I do, I can see a little bit more fullness in my muscles. I feel more, like stronger in the gym. I just, I can definitely notice a difference. I noticed more of the strength increase at the 2-week mark. So the first day I took it, it's not like, I went to the gym and I was like an animal. It took about 2 weeks until I really felt like my muscles were, like really dense with strength. I feel like it hit me at that like 1.5 to 2 week mark. So, again, like that's another thing to keep in mind is, you might be taking it for a week. You might not feel anything. You might not feel a difference in the gym, or you might feel a slight difference and you think, oh man, it's not working. Just be patient. Give it 2 weeks, give it 3 weeks, give it a month. And then after a month, assess where you were a month prior before you took it. And you might actually realize, holy shit, I actually did make progress, So, as long as you're patient and you keep in mind that these things, change isn't going to happen overnight, I would, and assuming that what you have is real and it's not faked, or, it's not something that you're not supposed to get, they didn't put like D-ball in there instead of, RAD-140. So if you actually, have RAD-140, then you will make progress, but you just have to be patient. And again, don't expect anything to blow you out of the water, but definitely expect something, right? Now, I made a video before on Osterine. Osterine was an amazing SARM, and I talked about how at the 3-month mark it was suppressive. Well, I said at the 2-month mark it was suppressive, and I took it for a 3-month cycle. I think I cut it short by like a couple of weeks, just because I did start feeling a little bit of suppression. So RAD-140 is stronger than Osterine, but it's still one of the milder SARMs in terms of side effects. So I do want to talk about suppression. I don't feel suppressed. I really don't. But I feel like, maybe during sex, it's a little bit harder to come. Like it's almost like my senses are a little bit numbed. And maybe there's a slight effect on my sex drive. Like maybe here and there, I feel like my sex drive is a little bit like number. Like I don't feel that animal like desire to pounce. You know what I'm saying? That you do with just like normal high testosterone levels. No ball shrinkage, erections frequent throughout the day, and these suppression effects could just be psychosomatic. Could be diet related. Who the fuck knows? So I'm not going to say that I'm suppressed, and I'm not going to say that RAD-140 is going to definitely 100% suppress you, but it can. And if you do research, you know that it's a possibility. So don't go into it thinking that there won't be side effects just because I'm telling you that the side effects that I'm experiencing are pretty mild. And again, I'm only a month in, so who knows what can happen in another month, right? So I probably will make a video once I'm completely done with this cycle. I don't know how long the cycle is going to be, if I'm going to do 2 months or 3 months or 6 weeks. Who knows? I'm planning right now tentatively to just do another bottle, so just have it be a 2-month cycle, and then not sure what I'm going to do after that. Maybe just clean out for a month, and then maybe I might try LGD4033, right? Which based on my research is definitely going to be suppressive, but I want to research these things. I want to see how these things affect me. I find a lot of enjoyment out of seeing my body change and taking research chemicals and seeing what I can get out of it. So suppression, again, nothing crazy going on with me right now. At the 2-month mark, I wouldn't be surprised if I experienced what I did with Osterine. Who knows? So I guess that's it for now. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, comment down below. Maybe I can make a follow-up video. I will definitely make a follow-up video on RAD-140 once I'm done with my cycle. So yeah, let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if I missed anything. And yeah, let's move forward from here. Continue on with the research. And thanks for watching. Peace.